The next speaker is Luca Bonissi, a free software enthusiast that wants to share with us a project or his project to open up the data of your car and try to get more data from your car. So thank you, and the floor is yours.
Thank you for attending this talk. This talk is about my little experience to get data from your car, because I think that data that come from your car is yours. And unfortunately, is quite difficult to obtain this data and to know which, because there are a huge amount of data, and manufacturer do not say you which data correspond to which parameters. I briefly introduce myself. I'm Luca Bonissi. I'm from Italy. My main job is a firmware programmer. I maintain the Slack distribution, that is a porting of Slackware for various platforms. I'm a volunteer for the Free Software Foundation Europe, mainly as a translator, and I maintain, together with Nico Riden, Aden Zangeman Repository, that is the book you see on this screen. And I report this book because when I bought my first electric car last year, I really feel like Ada Friends, where someone else has the control of your device. Sorry, I make ice cream for hobby. Car and software. The car, any modern car, has many computers inside of it, especially with the electric cars. And these really tiny computers are called ECU, Engine Control Unit, and together are connected. They are connected together. On each car, usually under your steering wheel, there is a port that is connected to the same bus that connect all these tiny electronic devices. And every one of these electronic devices has a set of parameters. For example, for an electric car, the temperature of the battery status, the charge, or for example, from a normal car, from an engine car, it could be the consumption, the statistics. Every of these parameters that every microcomputer exposes could contain one or more sensors, such as temperature and so on. This data could be very useful to identify problems, and this is the same part that the technician, when you bring your car for some problem, the technician that should fix the problem connects to this car to diagnose which is the problem. And you can also set or unlock certain features. For example, I remember for the Volkswagen app, you can unlock the charging power. You can double the charging power only by simply setting a parameter. And also you want to remotely control your car, for example, to power up the conditioning and so on. And for an electric or hybrid car, you can get information about the status of the battery and the health of the battery. So if you want to sell your car, you can say, okay, my battery is good or not. Or if you want to buy a second-hand electric car, you can also check if the status of the health of the battery. The problem, manufacturer unfortunately does not share this information. So nobody, the exception of the manufacturer, know which information you can gather from this port. I think it is not very good because the data of the car, I think, is yours. So you must have the access to this data. This speed is, this information is something like the user manual of the car. So it is very important from my side, from my point of view. And also, most of the parameters are read-only, so you cannot make damage of the car or and so on. And there are proprietary applications, but they do not share this data. These are not open data. So anyone who wants to get data with free software simply cannot get data because you don't have information about this data. Okay, so practical step to regain the control. First of all, you should scan all available engine control unit and PIDs. Get the PIDs in different situations. And discard PIDs that never change because maybe there are information about the vehicle number or software version, and then compare the remaining PID. For example, you can do one scan with the accelerator pedal depressed, one scan with the accelerator pedal pressed, and see the difference, and you get the information where the information about the accelerator pedal is stored. Is reverse engineering, so it's a quite hard task and time-intensive task. For example, in my car, I found 35 ECUs, about 1,000 total PIDs, and about 27,000 of bytes of data. I discovered only 330 variables. The odometer, battery information, temperature, the status, steer, brake, and so on. This is another example. Getting this data, you can also get the information about the charging speed for an electric car. That in winter is slower, in summer it is faster. So when you know the battery, the speed is mainly due to the battery temperature. So when you know the starting battery temperature, you know more or less how much time it will take to charge. So you can program your brake. Possible steps. Give the users a free software application to scan their car. Create a shared database. Maybe I get information, reverse engineering for Ioniq 5, and other people could do the same with another car. Try to contact manufacturers and ask them to release information as open data. And this is, I think this is the right to repair that European is the European Union is try to make a legal due, and also the Free Software Foundation Europe is advocacy for this one. I just finished. If you want to get a very debugging version of the script I used to get the data, you can get the link.
Thank you for the presentation. There is a question here. In the meantime that arrives the microphone, I can share with you and with all of you that I see affinity with the project Gadget Bridge that tries to do the same with the armbands and the gadget that are collecting your data through Bluetooth, and is trying to do reverse engineering. So I see affinity, but I'll let time for the question.
Do you know about the DDT for All project? Because I've been hacking my car with that. It's written in Python, and it runs on Linux or Windows and so on. And I own a Renault Zoe from 7 years now, and I was able to hack it because my version is the very basic one, the Life. So Android Auto, for example, Android Auto was not enabled, but I did enable it. And also I moved the data from the infotainment, such as temperatures and the clock, on the main screen of the car, just because I used to put the infotainment on the consumption screen. So those data was disappearing and was annoying me that. So I was able to move it back to the main screen. So, and the software is called DDT for All. If you don't know it, I think it could be really useful to, it's open source as well. So it could be useful to, how to say, to merge or to get inspiration for it. For yours?
Yes, for sure. No, I didn't know this project, but it's very interesting. Let's
talk about that later if you wish.
Okay, thank you.
There's a question.
One more time, how do you actually get the data from your car safely? Like, let's say I have an EV, right? And I would like to get that data from my car. How do I do it so that I don't break it? And how can that be done?
Okay, I also in the trip that I made from Milan to here, I connected a laptop through a OBD2 adapter, USB adapter, and I get raw data of the scanned PID. First of all, one time I leave the car power on for maybe 3 days, that they scan all available PIDs, and then I make a selection of the interesting PIDs, and I get all raw data during the trip. I get the data, I have the data, but I don't know for all the data I get the meaning, only for something. The purpose is to gather data so I can compare and check. So I get raw data, and it's actually raw data if it's this one. Non va indietro. Is this one. Raw data is like this one.
So there's like an adapter from the port to the USB, and then you are able to plug your computer in, like your laptop. Okay,
on the PC there is a little program that periodically get all the PIDs.
Thank you.
Okay, one short question. We have 30 seconds left, so.
I don't know which device did you use, but I always have in my car an adapter is a Bluetooth, ODB, OBD, or whatever. Bluetooth adapter is always there. And I also have an app on the mobile phone. It's called CANZE, C-A-N-Z-E.
Okay.
But I don't know if it's just for Renault cars. I don't know, I'm not sure. But this is an interesting, anyway, app because it's, again, it's able to scan all the ECU and then
Okay.
pull the data and whatever. But I don't
But
know
it is
if
free software, do you
Yes,
know?
yes.
Okay.
Kanzi.
Thank you very much.
Super. Time is over.